ng lagim. Hindi. Isang gabi ng usapan sa boxing at iba pa, no? At main topic natin ngayon, isang mainit na conversation ito dahil lang pinaka-main topic natin. Bakit pa parang frustrated itong UFC president na si Dana White sa boxing? And of course, actually, alam na natin medyo matagal yan na medyo meron siyang frustration sa boxing. But recently, again, nailabas na naman ito at marami na naman publications ang naglabas nitong kanyang nararamdaman sa boxing. At ang sinabi niya pa, boxing is a broken business that is in absolute nightmare to try and fix. Parang nag-iisip siya na i-fix, pero sabi niya sa sarili niya, bakit ko naman gagawin yan? Bakit nga ba? At may problema ba? Ano ba sa tingin niyo ang problema? Pero pinag-uusapan naman natin. Pag-usapan natin. Countdown, 1 minute, share, like, comment. Boom, boom. Ilang ganito, ilang set? Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Natapos na yung countdown ko, hindi pa ako nakapag-share. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Pow Salud, Powcast Sports. Welcome sa ating show. At bago natin simulan ng lahat, ako muna ay magtatrabaho at gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo ang good news. Ang good news po ay sa mga nagtatanong po, teka, Pow Salud, Powcast Sports, buhay na po ang merch ng Powcast Sports. Meron diyang Powcast na puti, merong itim, may boxing, may passion, at kung sinusuportahan niyo po ang Powcast Sports, kung kayo ay fan, bumili na kayo sa Shopee. Sa Shopee, pwedeng GCash, pwedeng credit card, pwedeng pwede ba dito yung ang tawag dito? Yung Digicoin? Ano ang tawag doon sa ganun? Nawawala ako Basta available na po sa Shopee. At isa pang magandang balita. Meron pa akong isang magandang balita sa inyo. At itong balita na ito siguradong magugustuhan nyo. Dahil ang laban po ni Nonito Donaire will be available in the Philippines! Ladies and gentlemen, Nonito Donaire's fight will be available in the Pilipinas. Share muna dahil alam ko marami magtatanong nito Paramihin muna natin bago ko sabihin. Teka, shoutout muna habang nagsha-share. Yung mga sharer natin, yan ang mga una nating i-shoutout. Tsaka yung mga luma. luma. Walang XL na red, Sir Pau. Sige, sasabihin ko sa El Campo Sabihin ko sa El Campo, gumawa. Kasi testing lang yun Tinitesting nila Shoutout. Good evening, Hinyaga, Kim Ben, Jonel Luchaves, Love, Faith, Hope, Mark Reyes. Magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. I am always hype. Kahit na yung ating topic ngayon ay medyo seryoso to Seryoso tong topic na to. Wala pang nakashare bago ko sabihin kung saan mapapanood. May idea na ba kayo kung saan mapapanood yung Nonito Donaire? Matutuwa kayo dito dahil available siya sa Pilipinas. May distributor sa Pilipinas. Kung matagal na kayo, if you've been partner with Powcast Sports, you've been a follower of Powcast Sports, alam nyo na siguro because makaka-partner na naman natin ang Tap Go Philippines. Ibig sabihin, yung mga link na hinahanap nyo, hindi po yan legit. Ito legit itong papakita ko sa inyo. Babayadan nyo nga lang. Ngayon, kung gusto nyo talagang lumaki ang boxing dito sa Pinas, dapat suportahan nyo. Okay? All you just need to do is tap and go. And that's it. Magsasigning lang ako sa Tap Go at ay murang-mura na po. Aba, ang mura nito Mapapamura ka talaga. Mapapamura ka dahil ang mura nito, pare pakita ko lang Tingnan ko nga dito kung makikita natin Share ko muna, and this is my Tap Go account. Papakita ko. Nasa na ba dito? Pag dito, wala. Pero hindi, sinabihan na ako na available. June 7. Dapat nandito na yung boxing na yan Live TV. Hindi tayo live TV. Home. Na tayo sa home. This is the Tap Go app so you can watch MPBL to do. NBL. Hanapin natin dito Upcoming live sports. Tingnan natin kung nailagay na nila Hindi pa yata nailagay Wala pa dong. Pero dito yan magiging available. Pahiya ko Tap Go, let's put it here so I can already promote it, man. So I can already promote. Okay. Yeah, okay. And I just want to give a big shout out to Relly Agustin. He just sent me an email. So sir, I'm gonna reply to him right now. We'll check on this standby. Okay. I'm live now on my show, and I'm trying to find the Donaire Inoue on Tap Go. Could not find it. Showing my followers. Okay. Anyway, sisimulan natin to. Mamaya ko na ipapakita sa inyo dapat nandito na yan Pero wala Bakit wala? Okay. So, baka nasa Sunday. Tingnan natin. Puro premiere programming nakasulat Anyway, share muna tayo Share muna. Ay, may 6 nang nakashare. Salamat po gusto ko lang pong batiin lahat ng mga aking mga solido mga supporter na walang sawa na umaga, gabi. Puro na lang sports ang pinag-uusapan natin. Nako naman. Wala ba tayong ibang pag-uusapan? Siyempre, wala. Wala tayong alam na iba. Iko-confirma ko lang po, but ako po ay it's possible. Meron akong challenge sa inyo. Ngayon, ito, hindi pa to sure pero kahit hindi ako bigyan ng access, ako na magbabayad ng access nyo. Mamimigay ako, pag naka 1,000 ang live na nanonood ngayon, mamimili ako ng lucky person, bibigyan ko ng access. Kung umabot ng 1,000 next time, bawat live ko, ganyan ang gagawin ko. Pag umabot ng 1,000 yung nanonood, mamimigay ako ng libreng pay-per-view access ng Nonito Donaire versus Naoya Inoue. At ako pa, hindi lang yan ang sorpresa ko sa inyo Marami akong sorpresa sa inyo ngayon. At talagang masisiyahan kayo dahil meron din po akong nakuhang at natanggap exclusive. Exclusive. Jupaw, alam mo, dati ilan ang binamigay ko doon? 10 yata. 10 pay-per-view access ang pinamigay ko. Hindi ka nanalo, malamang. 10 pay-per-view access. At mura na lang yung Top Go. 179 na lang. Kahit kahit ikaw mo na lang bumili. 179 pesos naman. Kayang-kaya mo yan. 179 pesos. Come on. And that's all access already. You can watch football. You can watch all of the show on Tap Go. At marami doon. Marami doon ng mga talagang may golf, may in football, syempre nasabi ko, may wrestling, Ano ba ba meron? May mga pelikula, may James Bond pa. Aba, may mga series din. So, hindi po ako bayad ng TAPGO ha. Sinasabi ko lang ito because I do really wanna let you know how you can watch the Nonito Donaire, fight legitimately. Ayan nga lang, pang Pilipinas lang po yung TAPGO, no? Pag sa Middle East, I think it's gonna be available on Amazon Prime. So, Amazon Prime, I think sa Japan, Amazon Prime eh. Sa US, ESPN Plus. Okay? So, tayo ba maliwanag na po. Alam nyo na kung saan nyo mapapanood, ha? Anong oras laban ni Donaire? 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock po. Again, ngayon, matik, bibigyan ko pag umabot tayo ng 1,000, ha? Kaya i-share nyo na. 74 lang eh. Parang ayaw nyo kasi ng topic. Alam ko naman yung topic na to. Para to sa mga concern sa boxing. Concern ka ba sa boxing, pare? Di yata eh. Di yata concern sa boxing eh. 21 yung nakashare eh. Pero syempre, konti lang. Ito, sabihin ko na, mamimigay ako sa mga nasa Pilipinas. Para maliwanag ha. Kasi yung TAPGO is for Philippines only. I will give free access to a lucky follower, subscriber. Syempre, kailangan subscriber ka ng Powcast Sports para ikaw ay manalo. Kaya naman, hihingi ka sa akin tapos subscribe lang. Hindi ka pa makasubscribe. Nakasubscribe ka na ba? Baka ikaw manalo. Checkin ko yan. Okay. Nandami na nating pasabali. Teka. Ilan na ba yung nanonood? Konti pa lang. Wala kasing wala awenta daw yung natin eh. Wala awenta yung topic natin, but this is close and dear to my heart, and let me tell you why. Because I do love boxing, but dahil nandiyan ka, isa lang Sir Pao. Dahil nandiyan ka, there's something I like to show you, man. Look at this exclusive. Ayan, no? Look at. I'm gonna let you listen to this.
Desire started burning more than ever. And I believe that I am a better person, better man, better fighter now. I'm confident in all aspect of my training. I'm confident in my strategy. I'm confident in my body, and I am ready for war. Upload soon, guys. Upload the full interview soon.
Yeah, hindi ko pwede ipakita. Kayo talaga, oo. Pinartneran na nga ako ng TAPGO para sila ay dito para kumita yung business nila. Syempre, hindi ko pwede pakita yung laban. Bumili kayo. Pucha, boxing fan, di bumibili. Pinartneran ako para umasa ang TAPGO na yung mga Filipino boxing fans ay dito. May Monday daw i-up. Okay. Okay. So, Monday daw i-up yung link pero sure yan, ha? Anyway, pinartneran tayo ng TAPGO so that we can promote the fight and the pay-per-view so you guys can buy. No? Nako. Kaya tayo hindi umano dito, maasenso eh. Boxing is broken. Boxing is a broken business. Sabi ni Dana White. Gcash sa TAPGO, hindi yata eh. Di ko natanong paano babayadan yung TAPGO kasi libre lang ako. Ang hirap talaga pag-asa lang sa iba. Di ka na nagbabayad. Galit ka pa. Sige lang. Hey! Ang dami kasi diyang mga asa sa libre. Kagaya ni Powcast. Hindi nagbabayad. Manage subscriptions. Subscribe. How do I subscribe? Tingnan ko lang ha kung paano po. Dapat pwede Gcash kasi madami Gcash user ko nga eh. Dapat pwede. May coupon eh. I think sa Lazada meron eh. Turuan kayo sa Lazada. Ayun o. Punta kayo sa Lazada. Pwede kayo doon mag-buy now. Tapos bibigyan kayo yata ng coupon code eh. Teka ha. Tap go. You may only redeem your code through website after a successful activation. Sign into your email, password. Medyo naguguluhan ako dito. Someone has to help me here. Sa Tap Go. How to redeem. Go to Tap Go, sign up. Okay, homepage setting, manage subscription. Click subscribe, choose coupon, enter coupon code given to you, then click. Ito yata. Basta pwedeng bumili dito eh. Nakita ko Tap Go eh. Ewan ko ba. Pwede Gcash delivery, Sir Pao. Ito na yung prediction niyo bukas. Boston Celtics lang, malakas. Okay. Mayroon akong natanggap na interview. I-upload ko soon, ha? Underpaid mga MMA fighters. Oh, overpaid daw, sabi ni Sabi ni Dana White eh. Overpaid! Those boxers are overpaid! They're ruining boxing! Arte lang, ha? Baka sabihin na namang iba dyan, matapang ako. Anyway, mamaya na natin pag-usapan yan. Siguro muna ako dito regarding sa sinabi ni Dana White and why he felt that boxing is a broken business. But I actually kind of disagree with that. But there's a lot of things in boxing that we should look at to improve it. Because man, if boxing is a business, I mean, it is the kind of business that it's really hard to penetrate because, there are guys that are monopolizing the boxing scene because of certain things that are happening. That's, you know what I'm saying. But according to Dana White, and I'm looking at when you search, okay, papakita ko na lang dito sandali When you search Dana White boxing on YouTube and Google, makikita mo kagad dito number 1 yung boxing is broken, no? Dana White is boxing is a broken business. Dana White caught watching Canelo and Dimitri Bo. Dana White blast boxing salaries. So marami siyang issues sa boxing eh. But he is a big supporter of boxing, I know, because from what I know, I mean, this is not the first time na talagang supporter siya. I mean, he's supporter of Mike Tyson, supporter of Canelo Alvarez. In fact, one of his events, guys, no? He was caught watching Canelo Alvarez kasi malaki daw ang pusta niya kay Canelo Alvarez. He was caught watching during an UFC MMA event. I mean, I have nothing against it. I think it's cute. But then again, we know that he is a boxing fan. Now, I also heard in the past that Dana White had some maybe consideration that he would like to go to boxing. I've read that somewhere. At least one article wrote that. Again, allegedly, just to be clear, guys. That he was thinking of going into boxing too, because I know that he is a boxing fan, but for some reason it doesn't really pushes through. At isa sa sinasabi niya na parang malaking issue sa kanya ang lalaki daw kasi ng sahod, no? Ang lalaki ng sahod ng mga boksingero. Agree ba kayo dyan? Shoutout Jerry Gomez. Shoutout sa mga security sa IPI Tingub. Ay, mamimiss ko kayo dyan, ha? Sana kita-kita pa tayo, ha? Salamat po. So, pro boxing, madaming cable pirates sa illegal streamers. Mga sikat ang mga MMA, sir pa, pero underpaid naman. Isang organization promotion lang kasi. Di naman isa. But maganda kasing nagawa ni Dana White. He was able to control his athletes. Yung mga athletes niya na control niya, and therefore na niya yung market at nauna na siya doon meron kasing ibang mga MMA promotions din. This is the same thing as boxing. In boxing, there's a lot of promotions too, right? The thing, however, with MMA, UFC is on the top of the food chain. It's like NBA, yung UFC sa MMA. Okay? So, and they have control of at least the young and yung mga sikat, yung mga magagaling na MMA fighters sa Amerika. No? So, and pinaglalaban-laban nila yung mga sarili nilang fighters, which means it's easier for them to make the fights that they want because they are able to control both athletes. Diba? Samantalang sa boxing, ang masyadong spread out yung mga boxers because boxers are freelancers, and ang nangyayari, each of the promoters would have their own boxers that they are supporting, and ang nangyayari, syempre, gusto ko yung boxer ko ganito kita, gusto ko yung boxer ko ganito kita, nagiging pataasan na talaga. And that is why malaki ang kita ng mga boxers because of the bidding, because of the, because you want me to fight for your promotion? You gotta pay me this much. And, the control for the promoters is not as good as when you're in an MMA organization na nakasign sa'yo yung mga fighters and they have no choice. Tama lang yun, mas delikado boxing since makapalang gloves means mas bugbog ang alog ang ulo. Pow Salud and other would actually say otherwise na mas delikado yung MMA. Ako naman, ang aking pananaw dyan, MMA, delikado talaga siya for now because of the injuries that you will get. But in the long term, because of the number and the volume of punishment that you get in boxing, and it's just targeting just your head and your body, mostly your head, and that's why in the long term you get more damage in your brain. All right? But again, sabi niya boxing. Basahin ko dito every time I try to think about doing something with boxing, I go, why would I want to do this to myself? White said on the cassette block party. You know what I mean? Why would I even want to dive into this nightmare? Bakit kaya nga niya sinasabi na nightmare? No? Puro kasi sila iwas at ayaw magkaroon ng talo. Ngayon, here's my question. I think itong ating conversation ngayon is very much focused and centered sa talagang mahilig sa boxing. Kayo yun. I'm assuming na mahilig kayo sa boxing. Kung kayo ang tatanungin ko, do you think boxing is a broken business? And if it is, what's broken about boxing? What's broken about boxing? What can we do to make it better? Siguro, what can we do as a promoter, as a manager, as a boxer, and as a fan? Because that's the whole cycle, brother. It's a whole cycle. And so, parang ang hirap sa atin magreklamo magrereklamo tayo ng ganito. But we also have to do our part. At ayan na magagalit na naman si Pow Salud. I will wait for your comments, guys. I will wait for your comments. Bakit ba ako nag-i-English? Because I want the whole wide boxing nation community to understand. Mas political lang. But what can we do to improve it? Ano bang problema? Bakit ayaw? Gusto na sana ni Dana White daw na mag-boxing, pero naiisip niya bigla, ay naku, wag na lang, sakit sa ulo niyan. I don't believe so. Mga bugs org sira, dami belt. Okay. So there are things now that we could consider that might need improvement. And again, we are all for boxing. I mean, we love boxing here. Seryosohin ang mandatory, Sir Pow. So first of all, this is an old news, and kumbaga matagal nang usapan itong yung ABC belts, why there's so many belts. Because there are different ano po, no? Different organization. And miski sila simula nung una, I think WBA was the first one, then WBC, WBO yata. Miski sila, they weren't satisfied with themselves, and that's why those other organizations were made, no? Galing din naman sa kanila yun yung mga organization na yun, sila din yun Okay? So, and that's why nagkaroon ng maraming mga belts. Okay? Kaya ganyan ngayon yung sitwasyon. I don't know how we're gonna be solving that, but that's part of the business of boxing. I know IBF ang last Anyway, nakalimutan ko, sinabi na sa akin yan ni Alfie Jocoson at saka ni teka na nga, history of WBC, WBA, ano ba tawag dito, sanctioning bodies, kung sino ba nauna. Saka ako na lang aalamin. But ayan historical look at WBA, WBC. Saka ko na lang aayusin to, saka ko na lang. But of course, WBO daw last, sabi ni yan. But of course, talagang isa ito sa isang issue. Now, of course, the other issues right now is that yun nga, yung sinasabi nyong mandatory, hindi sineseryoso, because the boxers and the manager have more control of their career. Yung control kasi parang sa basketball ngayon, masyadong nakokontrol na ng mga players, ng mga athletes, yung kanilang kumbaga yung kanilang career. Hence, therefore, kung hindi sila basta pwedeng ilaban kahit kanino. Di ba? WBA established 1980 but was taken seriously in 2004. Sir pa, may WBC bracelet ako. Ako may WBC dalawa na certification for the ang tawag dito, for the judging seminar. So, nag-seminar ako dyan, dalawa WBC. Teka, ayos na yata, natanggap ko na. Look, I will upload this soon. Interview with who is that? Exclusive yan, ha? So, abangan nyo po yan. Lalabas ko po yan soon sa aking channel. And, syempre, we try to have good relationship with almost everyone. Not everyone. So, that's one other thing, no? Isa pa, no? The thing is, yung outrageous naman talaga minsan kasi yung kita ng mga boxers. And that's why, lalo na pag sa high level. In the mid-level, totoo naman, mahina rin yung kita ng boxing pag nasa baba ka pa. Talagang barya. As compared to sa MMA naman, medyo mas balanse. Ha? Medyo mas balanse, no? Pag MMA, kahit pa paano. Speaking of MMA, gusto ko lang pong batiin ng congratulations yung Underground Battle MMA because they're currently meron silang event ngayon. And if you guys want to watch UGB MMA or MMA, yun, meron silang event ngayong gabi. And I think you can watch it on YouTube. Sa Bicol po yan. So, yung mga taga Bicol, if you want to watch that event, you can go ahead and just visit UGB MMA and have some MMA fun. Okay. So, one other thing about boxing, no? Kaya ang hirap din, ano? I mean, he did say that boxing is a broken sport. No, he said it's a broken business. So I would interpret it differently para sa akin, ano? Because the sport of boxing, para sa akin ngayon, is still thriving. I mean, there were some moments na medyo parang nahihirapan because we don't have the stars. But, basta mayroong stars ang boxing, buhay yan eh. Kasi may mga followers eh. And, with the recent emergence of kahit na hindi gusto ng mga traditional boxers or traditional fans, yung ang tawag dito, no? Yung mga YouTubers, they are making at least the sports more popular these days. And we gotta admit that, no? And yung pagpasok nila, medyo na-i-skewed na naman yung nangyayari sa boxing because, oh my goodness, I mean, here comes a YouTuber or someone that doesn't have a lot of experience and they get paid more than actual real boxers with real experience and with more experience. Sir Pow, boxing, basketball, and MMA, BBM, Sir Pow. Takot kasi mga boxer promoter na wala undefeated record, Sir Pow. I mean, that's gonna have to change soon. But, for promoter, boxing is not easy. It's not easy, guys. Lalo na, and here's one thing that's broken, and we can all agree on this one. I got, and you can be honest with me, guys, ha? Pwede po ba? Sabi ko, 1,000, mamimigay ako ng pay-per-view access, pero 89 lang. Anyway, sa 89 na nanonood ngayon, 52 sa Facebook, 34 sa YouTube, here's my question. And hindi ko kayo papahiya. And here's one reason bakit ang hirap mag-promote. That's why also you can say that the boxing business is hard. It's kind of broken as compared to the UFC business or MMA business. Actually, yung Top Go, kinu-convince ko sila na boxing, puro boxing ipalabas. Sabi nila, hindi masyado. Depende. Pero yung UFC kasi, they have paying customers. And yung kanilang market, it's not just A, B, C, D, sila, kompleto sila eh. Now, for boxing, hindi basta-basta lahat, di ba? And aminin man natin hindi, it's a poor man's sport, especially here in the Philippines. And mga Pilipino, hindi basta-basta gumagastos. Now, ikumpirma nyo to sa akin, isulat nyo kung hindi kayo bumibili ng pay-per-view or hindi kayo nanonood ng boxing or bumibili ng ticket. Kailangan gumagastos. So, sino dito ang actually na bumili ng ticket or bumili ng pay-per-view para sa boxing? Sino? Paki-comment. Sir, ako sir. Nanonood ako ng ticket. Sir, ako sir. Nanonood ako ng ticket. Nanonood ako ng boxing. Live. Ako sir, bumibili ako ng pay-per-view talaga eh. Sino dito? Especially here in the Philippines. And that's why boxing is a hard business. So, sasabihin sa akin, sir, kayang-kaya mo yan. Dahil nakikita mo sa boxing, mag-promote ka na. Dahil ang laki na ng reach mo. Pwede mo i-promote yung mga boxers natin dito. Laki nakita mo. Sir, kung alam ko lang, nabibili kayo kahit itong 100 na nanonood dito, bibili ng tigo 100, meron ng kita. Pero sasabihin ko sa inyo, sa 100 na nanonood dito, hindi ko alam kung baka isa lang o dalawa lang bumili dyan, ano? Kasalanan din ng ibang content creator, puro sikat lang namang content kasi gusto lang kumita. Sabi ng local Filipino boxing updates. Ako bibili ng pay-per-view ng Donaire Inoue. 10% lang siguro boxing fans ang bumibili ng pay-per-view, Sir Pao. Ako po, pay-per-view. And that is why the business of boxing is so hard and it's a little bit broken. Especially sa Pilipinas, alam mo, we are so lucky na medyo lahat tayo dito, no? Again, wala. Yung bumibili, wala. Dalawa lang sumagot eh. Wala, di ba? It depends either sa main event. Paid just twice. Yan paminsan-minsan, okay yan. Pero yung talagang may pera naman, tapos hindi pa bumibili, wala. Tapos, ang lakas mo magreklamo. Lagi ka na lang akong galit dyan. Anyway, ayoko na pag-usapan niya. But that's one thing, no? Kaya ang hirap kumita. And that's why we need to be thankful of the promoters, especially here in the Philippines. Walang kita yung mga yan sa pagpo-promote dito. kumikita lang yan pag nilaban na nila yung mga boksingero nila sa ibang bansa at yung promotion nila, yung promoter doon sa ibang bansa ay nagbabayad na sa kanila. 'Di ba? And of course, tapos mga hindi pa natin may iwasan, and real talk po ito, may mga allegedly, mga nagpapatalong boksingero, allegedly, yung mga dumadapa, allegedly, yung mga mismatch na hindi masyado kagandahan na nakakasira talaga sa mundo ng boxing. Na alam mo yung naranasan na natin ito, real talk, na may laban ng boxing na we know already, kahit hindi pa umaakyat, alam mo na kung sino panalo. And that goes all over the world. No? Okay lang sa yan, Sir Pop. Pag sumikat na yung mga kino-cover mo, jackpot ka, di ba? Babalikan ka nila. Babalikan nila. Aawayin na nila ako. GGG earned 50 million in Japan. I doubt if any MMA fighter can even earn in one fight. That's the thing, Hayabusa. Man, Dana White said they're overpaid. Kakamiss yung panahon ni Pac noon. Nakaka-excite manood. Sobra talaga bayad sa mga boxers. Kulang din kasi marketing sa pagpopromote ng boxing events. Kausap ko lang si Attorney Ed E. Mas malakas ang boxing business kaysa sa UFC boxing. Brother, sa totoo lang, Neutral M, I don't think so. If you're a promoter, and you're promoting UFC, I'm sure malaki ang kita ni Dana White. Yung boxer ang malaki ang kita. Yung athlete, malaki ang kita. Pero yung promoter, malaki rin ang kita ni UFC. That's why he has grown tremendously, and pati sa UFC Fight Pass, may mga boxing event doon at lahat ng mga boxing event. And this is one of the highest growing sport. Aminin man natin o hindi, alam mo, there are about 20,000 boxers while there are only 10,000 MMA fighters. Correct, sir. And that is why more controlled yung MMA. And the reason why, the reason why 10,000 lang yan, and that's already a shame, Hayabusa. And I'm a boxing content creator. Mostly, I don't know shit about MMA. The reason why it's 10,000 because MMA is a new sport. It's not that old compared to boxing. When did UFC started? Boxing is a whole wide world. I mean, in the Philippines, there's MMA, right? In Japan, there's MMA, right? In India, there's MMA, right? In Europe. So maybe before, yung medyo underground pa yung MMA, yes. But in UAE, there's MMA, right? Do you know Rolando Digab, a son of a boxing legend, is an MMA international star who earns a lot of money fighting in Dubai and in Europe? MMA recycling old fighters because they can't recruit new stars. That probably is for the other promotion, but UFC is doing a very damn good job. Sa late ng premyo ng MMA, nag-quit na lang si John Jones. I mean, they're comparing themselves to boxing, and that's the problem now. So one has to give. So Dana White, okay, we're talking about Dana White, that's UFC. Dana White, sana ipinakita sa Like National TV laban ng para mga Filipino box. Sa ano po papalabas sa topgo.tv. Dana White, if his athletes continue to ask more money, then he will lose control. And if he gives them more money, then he will lose control of the current situation. He has a grasp of the MMA world in the UFC at least. Maybe MMA is more exciting than boxing since it's more unpredictable. The reason why it's unpredictable because they are, yung matches nila are most of the time well matched. Hindi ka makakapili kasi biruin mo naman yung mga records nila, mga baguhan. Those people that are talking about MMA here and saying that MMA is new probably do not know about MMA. Boxing is an Olympic sport. That's why there are new recruits every year. MMA fighters, they get them from karate, from taekwondo, from jiu-jitsu, from wrestling. So MMA or martial arts is an Olympic sport. And anyone who compete in jiu-jitsu, in submission, in wrestling, in Greco wrestling, ano nga yung sa Russia? Yung wrestling nila doon. Those are the guys that get to MMA. Biglang napapa-English si Sir Pao, ha? Ever since the fall of my career, MMA growth had stopped. I think it comes with it comes with it comes with time. Kasi kailangan talaga ng sports ng icon, ng superstar. 'Di ba? Kailangan talaga. So, kunwari Michael Jordan helped NBA to be big worldwide. You know, Manny Pacquiao helped boxing to be big in the Philippines, bigger than what it was. It probably at times, no, maniwala ka sa akin o hindi, during yung kasikatan ni Manny Pacquiao, boxing kaysa sa basketball, minsan lumalamang pa. Mas malaki kita, di ba? There are 1,000 pro boxers in Japan while MMA Japan is dying. There you go, Hayabusa. I know what you're trying to say, bro. I know what you're trying to say. But MMA or UFC specifically, you know, that's his term because syempre iba yung iba yung upbringing nila doon eh. Yung sampalan, Sir Pa, pinanood mo rin ba? Yes, sir. Sambo, yes, Sambo wrestling in Russia. Those are the base of the MMA fighters. You have to learn both grappling and striking to survive in the elite MMA. Do you know how many sparring partners and trainers you need in MMA? Do you know a lot of MMA fighters have side jobs? Do you know, Hayabusa, that I know a lot of actual MMA fighters, and I know at least 1, 2, 3, 4 actual UFC fighters, and that I've trained with them? And I do know that they have actual side job. The same thing with boxers, brother. Are you from Japan? I know that for sure. And all athletes, most of them, even bro, really? Stop, bro. You know before UFC there was already MMA, right? Yes. White made it mainstream, bro. This is just apple banana, do different sport. That's why UFC fighter won a box. Yes, sir. But I'm just saying, brother. I'm just saying. What can be fixed in boxing? What is it? I mean, we're not trying to compare. I don't know how we got to comparison. We're talking about Dana White saying that there are things that are broken in boxing and that he wants to go ahead and fix it because boxers are paid more. But I do know and I do acknowledge that in all sports, especially boxing, I know boxers that have side jobs. A lot of them, especially if you're starting. A lot of them. And it's sad because I know one UFC fighter. He was already in the UFC level. And then suddenly he has stopped. And he is called the Golden Boy in the Philippines because he won a lot of wrestling and competition, kickboxing. If you're an MMA fighter, okay, boxing big business than UFC. You cannot compare MMA to boxing business wise. Okay, Heisenberg in the house. What's up, guys? Now we're getting heated. Ba't ka nag-i-English pa? Hindi ko nga alam eh. Nahihirapan siguro ako kasi Hayabusa, are you Filipino? Can I speak Tagalog? English kasi elite. Kasi yung comment, guys, if the comment is English, I answer in English. Elite boxer in Japan can retire early because they earn more, but Japanese MMA fighters still fight in their old age. That's because they're not fighting in the UFC. And again, so can we all agree or disagree? Is boxer really overpaid, or is MMA underpaid? Is MMA fighter underpaid? There are only one Conor McGregor. We're not here to take part. We're here to take over. Can we all agree on that? Is boxers overpaid? Or are MMA fighter underpaid? Because Dana White has been saying that they're overpaid. Overpaid na sa mga boxers. Okay, I wanna see. I wanna know. What do you think generally? I'm full Chinese, Japanese bro, so you can talk in Tagalog. I speak better English though. Okay, no worries, brother Hayabusa. I'm just speaking this way because I really wanna kumbaga gusto ko mag-react kayo eh, no? MMA underpaid. So we got overpaid sa boxer, we got MMA underpaid. Do you think John Jones and Conor McGregor are underpaid? Pride fighting in Japan, UFC in USA. I think this past years the combat sport business have really taken a hit because of the and any businesses that is required to be in a certain location, kumbaga if localized or not localized, yung premise based yung business, it will take a hit. No, especially if it's not a need, if it's a want, like concerts, like sporting event. So if you're an athlete and you're a promoter in certain events, talagang yung pera mo, yung kikitain mo, it's not good. Okay? Plus boxing has a very long heritage already. And I don't know if I can say this and correct me, parang anak na ng boxing yung MMA. Lol, kapitbahay ko lang yan si Hayabusa. Si Cleto Reyes, Pride. Okay, the promoter is overpaid. Isa lang ang motive ni Dana White. Gusto niya i-take over ang boxing kasi nandun ang pera. Ayan, Elton. Pag Tagalog, sasagot ako ng Tagalog. Parang sinasabi ng iba, alam ko si Dana White, ano yan, nakikinig yan. Baka, alam ko, yan nagpadala sa akin ng picture lang, pare. Meron na kagad akong demand letter dyan. Yung Zufa. Anyway, para sa promoter, medyo mas manipis ang kita ng promoter because sa laki ng binabayad nila sa fighters. Kontrolado nila yung UFC. Alam mo naman, iba yung setup sa UFC at saka sa One Championship. They don't need to pay or they don't need WBC, WBA, WBO, WB whatever. Ang dami kayang WB, WB. Yung iba nga, parang it doesn't make sense na eh. Top 3 pound per pound UFC fighter, Mr. Pow. Parang wala akong masagot dyan. Si George St. Pierre, ang naisa-isip ko kaagad, I don't wanna pick John Jones. Si St. Pierre, teka nga, mag-ano ako eh. May kodigo ako eh. Si St. Pierre lang naaalala ko eh. Meron pang isang magaling na katapat niya eh. Naiinit na kayo sa akin ha. Of all time, dapat of all time, no? 1 million is a big pay in MMA. Even Machida, who was UFC champ, was only paid 200K in his prime. Inoue Purse won 2 million per fight, and he's only a bantamweight. So how do they get the money, man? How do they get the money? Boxing is well paid. It is because started way long before starting bare knuckles to have real rules in 1900. Yes, Khabib, Royce Gracie, instant multimillionaire si Butler pag nakaharap niya si Donaire and Inoue. You can say that, brother. You can say that. Terence Crawford was a state champ in wrestling. Yon. Wrestling, yes. And he's currently with the One Championship, I believe. Is he still? Kasi he was traded, no? He was traded from UFC to kasi nagtanggal ng magagaan ng nagmagagaan si UFC. George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, brother. I like Anderson Silva. Si Daniel Cormier, I like Cormier too. Idol pag kung di underpaid ang MMA fighter, di wala sana nagrereklamo na UFC fighters. Ang actually guys, may mga underpaid din na boxers eh. Pero sa UFC kasi, ang kaya lang nila tinatawag na underpaid, siguro pag yung nasa taas na level na. Yung talagang malaking level na. Yung mga superstar level. So, I think it's bilang yan siguro sa kamay natin lahat. Yung mga superstar level. Yung mga pag umaakyat na ng mga, yun yung sinasabi nung kanina, no? Yung mga Daniel Cormier level, yung mga Conor McGregor level. These are the fighters that really probably deserve a lot more. So, siguro for better understanding, no, for better perspective, siguro nagiging underpaid lang ang UFC. Siguro pag nasa taas na sila. No? No, pero kung mid-range level sa boxing, ang hina din ang kita ng mga Pinoy fighters natin sa boxing pag isipin mo nga, sasabihin nyo, Janrel Casimero is underpaid when he was supposed to fight Butler. How much? Ano nga yung first beat ni Janrel? And he's a champion. So, and there's a lot of yung maliliit na boxer natin na underpaid. UFC is the NBA of MMA, but they pay their fighters with pocket change. And this is the thing, Hayabusa, siguro kaya sinasabi ni Dana White kasi he has more control about the purses because he doesn't have to argue with any other promotions, right? He has control of his opponents. I mean, if you don't want what I'm paying, no one else is paying more. Yun. No one else is paying more than UFC probably in the US or maybe close. If you don't like, I mean, my platform is the biggest there is, then get out and you won't get a fight the best of the best, right? Parang ganun eh. Samantalang sa boxing, sige, doon ako sa may pinakamalaking magbabayad sa akin. And that's why lumalaki ng ganun yung bayad. Boxing is the first combat sport that have regulation in a prize fight. Then came karate and the other martial arts discipline from the Asia. Then created MMA from father of MMA, Bruce Lee. Yeah, father of MMA daw si Bruce Lee, no? Sir Pow, what time ka mag-live sa inyo? Mga 5 o'clock PM siguro, no? Dana White is just barking because MMA's growth is slowing down. It's possible. You know, there will always be a peak, di ba? And yung grabe yung growth ng MMA, ng UFC specifically, and a lot of MMA fighters, but there are certain point na magpa-plateau talaga eh. So, do you think it's now? And that is why, I mean, he wouldn't be considering boxing kasi tried and tested na yung boxing eh. And boxing is like you can deal with everyone. Because only Dana White is, he can't fix boxing. Who said it's broken? I think the landscape of boxing at the moment with Eddie Hearn coming in and all up incoming youngster, I think boxing is just fine. UFC fighter, free training, free food, free medical, free massage, walang bawas katulad ng MP. Lang yeah. What time po dito sa Pinoy Sinuway? 5 p.m. po, 5:30 siguro ha. I'm just a fan and I'm done. I don't give a damn. Ewan ko ba dyan, bakit affected si Sir Pao? Topic to Brother D-Walt. Come on, man. We don't always talk about things that doesn't challenge your mind. We also have to talk about things that medyo kumbaga, para sa mga katulad mo, D-Walt din. Medyo mataas na usapan. Dana spends more in casino and hook than his own fires there. The UFC fighters that had aired this problem. Mayang gabi, Sir Pow. Unsay topic, Pow? Oy, topic man, sira man daw yung boxing, sabi ni Dana White. Then you lose Conor, you lose Silva, you lose John Jones, you lose St. Pierre. St. Pierre. Hapon pa lang Donaire versus Inoue, sarap sabayan ng alak. Inoue versus Donaire starts 7:30 p.m. Sabi 5:30, 6:30 ang sabi sa akin eh. And then again, uulitin ko po magiging available po yung Nonito Donaire versus Inoue fight sa topgo.tv. At anytime sa live ko na umabot ng 1,000, mamimigay ako ng pay-per-view access. So share po, share niyo po ito. Actual live 66 lang kasi konti. Bukas gagalingan ko yung topic. Okay, si Khabib yata yung tumalo kay si Diaz. Si Diaz. Alam ko naman kasi si Attorney Ed. Nami-miss ko na yan si Attorney Ed. Kaso lagi kay GM Siyasat na eh. So, baka may inibig niya, sir, pa mga 8 p.m. tulad ng kay GGG Morata. Siguro, sir. Dustin Poirier. Bikini, man, sir, pal. Hindi pa, iniintay ko pa eh. But mamimigay po ako ng access. No worries. Sir Pa, if you're going to bet who will be bigger 10 years from now, will you bet on MMA or boxing? Okay. Here's the thing, Hayabusa, no? And thank you for that question. Salamat, ano. I think for it's really difficult to answer this because boxing, I think, is a collective, parang collective business that even though, let's just say, even though nag-close down yung HBO Sports or HBO Boxing na TV or mag-close down yung Top Rank, boxing can still be up there. And let me know kung tama yung aking yung aking perception or perspective dito. Let's just say matalo ang malugi ang MP promotions. They're still Top Rank. Let's just say mamatay si Babarum, andiyan pa si Oscar De La Hoya, and the fighters are still gonna be there. The fighters will just move on, and they're probably still gonna be shown on the Zone, ESPN, and things of those nature. And they're still gonna go to different countries. It's more of a collective effort for boxing, eh. So it's hard to really say boxing is going down. That's why it has survived even those time na medyo sinasabi nila na humina ang boxing because there's no star. But it's a collective effort, eh, because you never know. The savior of boxing may come from the Philippines, from India. You never know if there will be one superstar. So in UFC or MMA is a different story because without UFC, I mean, would you say that MMA is big without UFC? Who can say that MMA is big without UFC? Boxing won't be broken for it's been more than a century. Wow. UFC is still gestation, and remember what happened to Conor when he fought Floyd. That it can attest in the business of boxing. Siguro yung sinasabi niya nga yung kitaan para sa promotion is medyo mahina as compared sa kitaan ng promotions. But do you agree what I'm saying? Parang pag wala yung UFC, pwede ba nating sabihin na lumalaban ang MMA? 'Di ba? And one championship now in Asia is building up. And yung promotions nila, it's just within them. They have to work hard. Depende kasi sa promotion eh. They work hard to partner with different TVs. Sa boxing minsan, I mean, papalabas ka dito, wala kang deal sa ibang bansa, pero pag lumabang ka doon, may promoter doon, may deal sa ibang bansa, you also get connected there. And global sport na naman pareho eh. Pero without UFC, if magka-problema ang UFC, it's hard to bet on UFC, on MMA. So, yun lang sagot ko siguro. More and more people watch MMA, especially UFC, because of the fights they're giving the fans. If boxing didn't catch up, MMA will take over. T-Rex. That's one thing. That's why I said UFC talaga, because nakapag-build yung UFC ng brand eh. I mean, Bellator is the second, from what I know, in the US as the big MMA promotions. I also know that there are regional MMA promotions. Same thing with boxing in the US. Because I know some friends that are promoting in Florida and other parts of the United States. Same goes with boxing. There are regional promotions. But the biggest there is UFC. And they have built their name, and thenceforth, yung mga tao nila, kumbaga, it helped them. So, parang meron na silang tuloy-tuloy na yung ladder nila. Plus, they partner with ESPN, which is one of the biggest name in sport broadcasting. Arguably, okay? So, yun. 200 cars, Japan. Kasi sabi sina Japan, maagad before 8 p.m. Filipino time daw. Okay. Alright, guys. That's enough of this type of thing. Isang oras ako nag-blabber, isang oras. But I want to go ahead and have some quick chat with you guys before I end the show. So let me put the link, video chat link. Yo, let me remind each and everyone that Powcast Sports merchandise is now available on Shopee. Just click the link on the description or just type Powcast Sports or El Campo ang nagbebenta po ng aming t-shirt or merchandise sa Shopee. Shopee is in the Philippines. So it's available now. You can buy it there. And in order for you to show your support sa Powcast Sports. Okay? So, yan. Salamat uli. Salamat sa mga kaibigan natin. Share ko ba yung ano? Parang hindi ko pa na-share yung link, ano? Hindi ko pa pala na-link. Ayan. Thank you so much, guys. Hindi po sa Amazon. Although, I have Teespring. That's my partner for international. I don't know if hindi ko pa yata na-update yung ano ko doon, yung design ko doon sa Teespring. Mahal kasi yung Teespring eh. But Pilipinas po, ayan po yung aking partner. So you can buy the merch there, no problem. Kaya niyan. Available po yung merch nyo sa Amazon. US po kasi ako, Sir Pao eh. Sa Teespring, bro, try mo sa Teespring. Meron din link sa description. Sa akin na lang yung kwan sa Inoue Donaire, Sir Pao. MMA Ryzen, more watch in Japan. Once Canelo fight was delayed because of Diaz and Masvidal fight. That shows how big UFC is. Correct. And I can still remember, hinihintay ng boxing ng UFC. Magkano yan, Pau? Trip ko yung black. Just visit Shopee. I think 290 yata ang nilagay ng El Campo dun eh. 290 yata yung price eh. Pero alam ko, merong limited price siyang gagawin na 250 eh. Kaya mo yan. Kaya mo yan. Magpapagawa pa daw ng madami. Limited lang yung nakasulat doon. Tinetesting pa lang eh. So bago magpagawa ng madami kasi tangiingi sa akin ng investment na 50,000 eh. Medyo malaki. Para namang ganun kadami ang bibili. Okay. Avid fan of boxing, pasok ka ba po? Thumbs up nga. Gusto mo papasok ka? May tanong ka? Avid fan of boxing, nakikita ka to sa backstage ha? Thumbs up if papasok ka. So nakahubad ka kasi sir eh. Okay, magkano eh? Okay. If there's no other question, I just have to say thank you. Marami akong i-edit tungkol kay kay Nonito Donaire at saka ayan sneak peek ko kayo ha. Sneak peek. Woohoo! Sneak peek. Okay. Alright, yan na muna yung ating topic and I would have to say thank you sa inyo when mo upload yan. Upload ko soon, i-edit ko muna. Marami tayong sakit na ng daliri ko kaka-edit no? The Notorious, thank you. So I guess I have to say goodbye right now. I just really wanted to make this an hour show. Pangit kasi pag medyo babad na babad and may balak akong panoodin ng movie tonight. Papahinga muna ako. So okay, bukas kasi ang laban ng aking kabilis naman. I-upload ko na to soon. Ay aking hati-hatiin muna at sinend sa akin ni Top Go yan eh. Yan ang aming ni Top Go eh. They're my exclusive doon eh. Parang kausap eh. Let's say biggest UFC. Teka lang ha. Marvin Kurabdi, Boss Pao nawala sa talpakan laban ni The Flash. Okay. Let's say the biggest UFC star ever, McGregor, right? Let's compare that to Mike Tyson. Did you remember how his name transcended to not just boxing? Remember Chula in Manila? Ali versus Foreman? Yes, sir. Because, anyway, iba yung ng boxing kasi heritage na yan eh. Heritage na yung sport na yan eh. So, MMA is still starting. MMA. So, wala pa. Hindi natin alam. At tsaka, sabi ko nga, hiwa-hiwalay sila. Collective kasi yung effort ng boxing sa tingin ko eh. And that's why it's gonna be hard to put down. Kasi ako nandito, I'm still helping. Although, it's not perfect. But, man, oh man, we're not arguing who's better. We're just we're just talking about kung ano ba yung yun. Anyway, nakakatawa talaga sir. Takot sa camera. Slideshow na lang kaya. Hindi, to? Itong sinend sa akin, akin to. I have the rights to this. This was sent to me by Top Go TV. And this is in full HD. Sined mismo sa akin directly. So I have the rights. Courtesy lang hinihingi sa akin para maipakita itong training ni Naoya Inoue. Okay? So pati interview, meron dito interview. Mahaba kasi ito eh. Sobrang mahaba. Okay? So, yun. Yun. Salamat po. Salamat. At yung app ko pa sa pang-edit, Power Director. I'm gonna have to say goodbye to you guys right now. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for joining me tonight. Itong makabulahan na wala masyadong interesado na topic. But nonetheless, happy that you're here. Thank you sa mga nandito at sa mga na-intrigue, natuwa at may natutunan. Share, like, comment. Mamaya yung ko ay bukas yung Boston Celtics Golden State Warriors game 1. I'm gonna be live. I'm editing this one tomorrow or tonight. Okay? Salamat po.